नमस्ते फ्रेंड, आप सभी का एक बार फिर से वेलकम। फ्रेंड्स, श्री धर्म सिंह जी, पेंशन एक्टिविस्ट, एक्स सर्विसमैन, बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा सर ने एक पत्र 28 अप्रैल को डीएफएस सेक्रेटरी श्री विवेक जोशी को लिखा और मुद्दा वही जो सब्जेक्ट रिस्टोरेशन ऑफ कम्यूटेड पोर्शन ऑफ द पेंशन टू द पेंशनर्स। और उन्होंने जो शुरुआत किया, लिखा कि in fact, it is calculated under a formula according to that 1/3 of the basic pension into risk age factor into 12 is equal to the commutation. In a simple language, commutation is a type of loan which is taken as a lump sum at the time of retirement so that the pensioner can take care of his children and can live a responsible, respectable life free from children, higher education, marriage and the social responsibility. Banks recover to commuted amount from pension every month by making monthly installment. The principal amount gets exhausted in 9 years and 10 months, but the banks keep recovering it along with huge interest for the 15 years. For example, my basic pay on retirement in the year 2014 was rupees 57,330. My basic pension was fixed rupees 28,665. After deducting 1/3 commutation 9,555, the pension was fixed at rupees 19,110 as a basic pension. The banks are recovering the commutation amount, that is and the received commutation rupees 11,24,815. उसका कैलकुलेशन दिया है। The banks are recovering the commutation amount of rupees 17,19,900 in 15 years. That is the installment rupees 9,555 into 15 years. The bank will recover rupees 5,95,088 rupees more than from me, whereas the payment of my commutation amount was completed in February 24. That is, the recovery was completed in 9 years 10 months. 9,555 into 9 years 10 months. That is the 11,24,815. Sir, accordingly to the important decision of the Supreme Court under Article 32 of the Constitution of India, the period for recovery of interest after recovery of principal cannot exceed 2 years depending on the year of purchase. For commutation, the Government of India had kept the life risk factor of LIC in 1971, and according to the government statistics, the average life expectancy of the government employees and bank employees was kept at 65 years. Nowadays, due to the better medical facility, the mortality rate has increased from 65 to 73-75. WHO statistics have shown life expectancy 77 years. In the decade of 1995, the interest rate in banks was around 12%, 12 to 13%, which has gradually reduced to 6 to 7% now. If all these things are kept in mind, then the government will not have to face any risk by changing the commute year from 15 years to 12 years. As you know, sir, that the issue of restoration of the commutation by reducing it from 15 years to 12 years was also raised in the Parliament White Question 2317 number dated 21st December 22. This matter has been referred to your office, the Ministry of Finance and the Department of Expenditure. The 5th Pay Commission, Chapter 136 of the central government also recommends reducing the recovery of commuted value from 15 years to 12 years due to the huge fluctuation in interest rate in changing time and the possibility of life risk. The state government of Gujarat has already restored the commutation of the person from 15 years to 13 years. Here I would like to refer to extract the judgment of the Supreme Court in restoration of the commutation amount to writ petition 359861. There are three conclusions of this decision. First, calculation formula of commutation cannot be related to life insurance and the anticipation. Life insurance and anticipation. The period of recovery of interest cannot exceed 2 years after the recovery of the principal amount, depending on the years of commutation. After the pursuing the order of the court, it is clearly shown that the 15 years is the upper limit, while no lower limit is fixed. No restriction has been placed on its reduction year by the court. The commutation period and the recovery depend on the interest rate of the bank fixed deposit. The interest rate at the time of calculation and the formation of commutation factor at term was 12% to 14%. Currently, FD rates have been reduced to a maximum 6.5 to 7.75. The reduction in the commutation period remain unchanged and at the same old as the 15 years. Punjab and Haryana High Court said no important decision has said in an important decision that now after retirement one will not have to wait for 15 years to get a full pension. Accordingly to this order, the High Court now the full pension will be paid only after 12 years. Punjab Haryana High Court gave a big decision. The Punjab High Court ruled in favor of the petitioner and ordered not to make any further recovery. Keeping in view the present situation and financial calculations, additional deduction towards the commutation value after 12 years is not justified. No government or public organization should be allowed to make profits from the employee. Such actions can be termed as the arbitrary and amount to looting of the poor, helpless pensioners. The period for recovery principal of amount 9 years and 10 months and interest recovery is 2 years, total as 12 years. Keeping in view the above calculation, observation of the Supreme Court and demand of the various pension association, the government should review its earlier decision of 15 years and release computation after 12 years, that is the full amount of pension should be restored. Therefore, it is earnestly and strongly requested that keeping in view of the above facts to remove the anomalies and reduce the recovery period from 15 years to 12 years, the commutation part of the pension may be restored to the pensioner after 12 years. Thank you friends. Namaskar.